Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are back outside today with the bugs making noises and the birds chirping and all that craziness. But it's actually a beautiful day outside today, even though it is freaking hot in the summertime. But today for you guys we are going to talk about rarity and how rarity really doesn't matter as much anymore, I feel. And we're going to discuss this. So, ever since the Megatins have become this yearly thing now in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, we usually assume that our cards are going to get reprinted. The main ones out of the main series sets will get reprinted once a year. This has been a thing that's been going on since what, 2013 now? 2012, I think. I can't remember when the first Megatin came out. I think it was 2013. But for the last, what, 3 to 2 years, this has been a regular occurrence in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Main sets come out, then we get the Megatins, then some things make it hit, and then we continue on with the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And usually those things that get reprinted in the Megatins are the same exact rarity as the initial print. Now there are some different things like Ghost Ogre and things of that nature, or some things get sort of a rarity upgrade like Crystal Wing. We don't know if it's going to get printed in the Megatins at the time of making this video, but like it kind of got a rarity upgrade in Battles of Legend. So you always see these type of things. They usually get printed the same rarity. Now there's always, I think ever since they stopped making ultimate rares or ultra rares, the nice rarities you remember we had when we used to have ghost rares and things of that nature, those were always a little bit more high rarity and demanded more of a price, I guess you could say, than their counterparts. But now that those things are out of print, there's really no difference except if it's first ed or unlimited, really. I mean, yes, the mega packs, but you know, from the original printing to the Megatins, there's really no difference necessarily, especially for competitive worthy cards. Now, coming from that perspective, I understand collectors or people that are trying to bling out their GOAT deck, you know, affordably. I'm not one of these guys that, you know, I have a GOAT deck that it's blinged out, but, you know, I don't have like super rare megamorphosis that are like $100 and crazy stuff like that, you know, like I think most expensive things I have are like $10, $15 in my GOAT decks. You know, not super expensive stuff. I mean, technically, you could build GOATs right now, besides Delinquent Duo, which is like a $10 to $15 card. Besides that, you can build GOAT for about $30. Just about, I guess you would say. If you want to bling it out, it's a little bit more expensive, but for on the cheap, most bottom bare bones commons, everything's a common pretty much in GOATs, except, you know, your Megamorphs and your Delinquent Duos, and besides that, everything is pretty cheap. But that's what I'm trying to say here, guys, is rarity doesn't really matter as much anymore. And I understand people that want to make their deck look nice and they have the money to spend it. You know, I don't mind, you know, when I was rebuilding my Mermaid deck recently, I didn't mind spending, you know, what was it, like $12 on secret rare Megalos compared to getting the black rare battle pack ones that were going for like $6, $8. I was like, you know what? For a couple bucks more, like $3, $4 more, that is okay. That is within a good means. But it's when people go out of their way to, you know, get these expensive cards, you know, just to have them be expensive, you know, I can understand if you like a deck. Like one of my friends, he loves DDDs. He blinged out his DDD deck. I respect that because he loves the deck. I blinged out my Blue Eyes deck because I love Blue Eyes and I love Dark Magician. I've blinged out both decks, you know, to some extent. But when I say blinged out, I don't mean most expensive rarities. No, I mean just it's hollow. It looks nice. It looks good in my eyes. That's what I usually do. If a deck I like a lot, I will invest the money into it. But I've seen people before that just blend their decks out because they want to be fancy. And that's okay. If you have the money, that is your prerogative. That is something you can do. But I always find, and this is going to be a topic for a different video later down the road, that when you bling out your decks a lot and you show them off and you are very, what's the word I can use? Pompous. You're very arrogant, I guess you could say, about it. And I don't mean that in a negative term, but you're showing it off, like, and you're like, oh, look what I got, yeah. You know, to people and different people and strangers. It makes you a target for thieves, and you have to know that. I mean, thieves, if they see a deck that's very expensive, that is worth a lot of money, and they're going to pay attention to you to see if you let down your guard. I've seen this happen. I've heard stories of people showing off their expensive decks at an event, and then the next thing you know, swiped by somebody when they put their guard down for a second. It happens. It happens. And it's one of the downsides of having an expensive meta deck that was blinged out a lot. And I saw this a lot more in, I don't want to say the olden days, but when there was more ghost rares, ultimate rares, and those prices would fluctuate crazy. Compared to now where we don't have them and every deck is usually valued at the same. You know, a zoo deck is worth the same as another zoo deck, you know, even though it's one of the best decks in the format. But, you know, somebody that may want invokes, they may swipe your invoke deck because, you know, if you bling it out, you know, sweeten the pot up is what I'm trying to say. And it sucks. It really does. The people, you know, will target people with expensive decks to get money off them, but they do. And that's the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, sadly. But it's one of those things that you need to know if you are making your deck super expensive and you're trying to show it off to friends and people or strangers. That could make you a target, especially with strangers, not so much good trusted friends that you've known for years, but it's something you need to keep in the back of your mind. On the flip side, back onto the money aspect, like I said, if you have the money to spend for expensive cards, go do that, invest in it. Me personally, I don't care what rarity it is as long as it's playable, okay? Like if it's in decent condition, if it's a near mint, very, very lightly played to almost near mint, I am fine with that card and I'll be happy with it. If there is a cheaper version, great, I will take it. Especially if it's a card that's been printed a lot of it. But like if there's only a limited printing and you know like the difference is only a couple bucks, like $34 between the secret rare that looks nice and the not so high rarity, I'll be like, I got the money, I got some money to burn, let's spend about $8 more just to get the nicer rarity because I like it, it looks nice. But then there's some cards that don't look nice in higher rarity I've actually found, which is strange, but it's actually true. One of the ones recently I could say recently is the Ultimate Rare Regekis that came out of the OTS packs a while back. I liked them, they look cool, but I was like, even though you're a high rarity, I like the secret version a little bit more. And different people actually out there prefer different rarities. I know people that prefer actually like the common because it doesn't interfere with anything. I know people that prefer secrets over the, you know, the ultimate rares or the ultra rares. I know people that prefer ultra rares. I know people that prefer ultimate rares. There's even some people out there I know that prefer, you know, certain different rarities. Me personally, if you asked me what my favorite rarity is, I would have to say I do like secrets, but I don't like secret rarity on all the cards out there. A happy medium that I like, and I do love my, you know, my ultra rares, but I also like my your standard. Oh my gosh! And by the way, if I'm messing my words up, I do mix up sometimes my ultra rares and my ultimate rares. But my ultimate rares, ultra rares, I do like, but I do like my ultimate rares. I do like those a lot. But that's kind of like my happy medium. Like when we got Battles of Legend, that set I love because it had my favorite rarities, some secrets, some of this. Duelist Saga, another good example. So I'm happy Konami's promoting those type of rarities a lot more. Like a little bit more different, but they look really nice, you know, as a holo. So I'm very happy Konami is doing that. And I like those rarities a lot, these new rarities Konami's coming up with. And I like the fact that nowadays they've been making, you know, just nice, more cards, more staple cards, rare, and decks that are like, as you could say, decks that come out like these fusion enforcers, things of that nature. They're making more like nicer rarities. They're printing that more because in the earlier days of Yu-Gi-Oh, that wasn't the case. hollow cards, I would say, were worth more money. And you got hollow reprints in like Dark Revelations 1 and 2 and 3, Dark Duel Stories, not Dark Duel, that was a game, but like Dark Revelations, your tins promos, they sometimes bumped up the rarities, like Neos and Cyber Dragon is a good example of that. They bumped those rarities up, like supers and whatnot, to secrets initially, even though they had different rarities, and the Neos kind of bumped to secret. So like those were harder to find. They were, you know, they were bumped a lot more necessarily, but I always found back in the day like hollow cards were worth a lot more than they are nowadays, especially staple cards, and that's a testament, I think, to the game being around a lot longer and being more reprints of things and reprints of things. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Like at the end of the day, I like my cards hollow when I can, but I'm not gonna break the bank over it, if you know what I mean. If there's a much cheaper rarity, but if it's only a couple of dollars worth and you got the money, you know, go right ahead, spend it. Treat yourself to something once in a while if you're not treating yourself. You know, that's the way I look at it. But tell me what you guys think down below. What's your favorite rarity? First off, what's your favorite rarity? And also, what do you think of hollowing out your decks? Do you think that leaves you open for a target for thieves? What's your preference? Like me, I like hollowing out my decks, like I said, if it's a deck I really like. I mean, do you do that same thing and you don't care, like if it's a deck you don't like that much, it's just a meta deck and you're just playing it because it's the meta, but if it's a deck you really like, you bling it out? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, this is a discussion that goes in many different tangents and down many different routes, from thievery to talking about what's your favorite rarity, to how do you bling out your decks, you know. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, guys. And I do apologize, I'm moving. Having some throat trouble right now. I don't feel comfortable. But I'll talk to you guys later. So until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. I look forward to seeing your comments down below. Take care, everybody.